Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again towards Shabbat. This Shabbat, for some of you, it is Parashat Emor, and for some of you, it's Parashat Bahar. In Israel, we're doing Parashat Bahar. However, I want to start with Parashat Emor for those of you who are not yet here in Israel. And the common denominator between these two parashot is Shabbat. Shabbat, what is the insight of Shabbat? In Parashat Emor, it tells us about all the holy times, Ele Moadei Hashem Mikrei Kodesh, all the holy times when it gives a whole list of all the Moadot, of all the Chagim, of all the days of sanctity. And it starts with Sheshit Yamim, talks about Shabbos. Shabbos is the holiest day of the year. It's such a holy day that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has pity on us, doesn't want us to wait a whole year to enjoy this holiest day, so he gives it to us once every 7 days. It is Mekor Abracha. It is the source of all spiritual positive energy. Shabbat, the first thing that was Kadosh in the Bible, in the Tanakh, is not a place, it is not a person, it's not a book, it's not a mountain, it's Vayvarech Hashem, it's Yom Hashvi'i Vayikadesh Oto. The first holy thing that was created was Shabbat itself. And the Sfat Emet tells us that Shabbat has two directions to it. On the one hand, Shabbat gives us an incredible boost of positive spiritual energy for the whole week to come. And therefore we count the days afterwards. We count the first Sunday in Hebrew means the first day. Yom Rishon, Yom Sheni, we're counting as we're leaving Shabbat. We've left Shabbat, we're already a whole day away. We're already 2 days away. We're already 3 days away. But whatever happens on Shabbat has the spiritual powers that is supposed to last us and take us through the whole following week. That's one way of looking at it. But there's a second way of looking at it, which is we are counting the days towards Shabbat. Why are we counting the days before Shabbat, towards Shabbat? Because all the days we do mitzvot. We daven, we learn Torah, we do tzedakah, we do chesed, we do all kinds of mitzvot, and all these mitzvot accumulate, but are not absorbed, that's what he said, are not absorbed in our neshama, in our soul. They're not absorbed until Shabbos. Shabbos comes along, plop. Everything that was accumulated, all the mitzvahs, all the positive energy that was accumulated through our mitzvot, through the whole week, enters our neshama on Shabbat. Lacha dodi likrat kala, when the groom goes towards the bride, penei Shabbat nakabla. We want the inner part of Shabbat. We want to understand the essence of Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nakabla. We want to understand that now is the time when we accept Shabbat. That's the moment that everything we've done the whole week gets absorbed into our neshama. And that is an amazing moment. And they're both true. It's also true we accumulate towards the Shabbat. And it's also true that Shabbat is giving us the power and the energy and the spiritual energy to take us through the whole next week. So those are the two aspects of Shabbat. That's Parashat Emor. But when we get to Parashat Bahar, it talks about a different Shabbat. V'shavta ha'aretz Shabbat la'Hashem. And that is Shemitah. After 6 years comes the 7th year, which is known as Shabbat Haaretz. It is Shabbat for the land. It's a year, it's a sabbatical year for the land. Shemitah, we cannot plow, we cannot sow, we cannot plant anything, we cannot do anything to cause any vegetation to grow. We can enjoy the vegetation. We can pick the produce and we can eat it. But we cannot cause for further produce to happen on any type of vegetation. And therefore the land is at rest. The land has to rest. The land is alive. The land is we treat the land as if it is something which has to rest, because Eretz Yisrael is alive. It's a mitzvah that's only in Eretz Yisrael. Ki tavo el haaretz, v'shavta haaretz Shabbat la'Hashem. It's only when you come to the land of Israel you have to keep Shemitah. So this is the Shabbos of Bahar. The end of Bahar ends with an interesting pasuk, which I think connects both Emor and Bahar together on the concept that we spoke about. The ending pasuk says, "Et Shabtotai tishmoru u'mikdashi tirau ani Hashem." What does that mean exactly? What does that mean? Shabtotai is plural, which means you have, if you keep, it says the Orach Chaim HaKadosh, if you keep my Shabbatot, meaning the Shabbat of Emor, which is after 6 days of work, you keep Shabbat. And you keep the Shabbat of Parashat Bahar, which is after 6 years of working the land, you let the land rest. If you keep it Shabtotai Tishmo, then you'll be Zocheh. Then, in the merit of that, you will have a Mikdashi Tirau. That is when you get the Beis HaMikdash, because the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed because we didn't keep Shabbos and we didn't keep Shemitah. So, in order to get the zchut of having a Bet Mikdash again, we have to be careful keeping Shabbos. We have to be careful keeping Shemitah. This year is a year of Shemitah, so of course it's even more important. And then, just to end off, I'd like to share with you the Ramban. The Ramban has an amazing insight on this saying, "Shabtotai tishmoru mikdashi tirau ani Hashem." He ends off his commentary with the following words. And he says, "Shekol ha-mitzvot bichlal ha-Shabbat v'ha-mikdash v'ha-maskil yaveh." All the mitzvot have got to do either with Shabbos or with Mikdash, v'ha-maskil yaveh, and those who understand will already understand. What's the deeper meaning here? When he says ha-maskil yaveh, those who will understand, he is actually suggesting for us to go deeper. And what's the deeper meaning? We know we live in a world of time and space. Time and space are the foundations of all scientific theories. We live in a world of time and space. And we, as Jews, we live in a world that we want to sanctify the world. We want to make the world more kadosh. We are Am Kadosh, want to sanctify the world. How do we sanctify the world? So we can do it either through Shabbat, which is sanctifying time, or Mikdash, which is sanctifying space. We sanctify space through our shuls, through our homes, by putting mezuzah on the door post. We sanctify time by doing shachris and mincha and ma. We do it by keeping Shabbos, by keeping Yom Tov. If we do both, if we can keep the kedushat hazman, the sanctity of time, and kedushat hamakom, the sanctity of space, and we manage as an Am Kadosh to put that all together, then we'll get Geula Shlema b'Peil B'Yameinu.